Let's be brutally honest for a moment. If you're holding Iraqi dinar right now, you've probably been fed more empty promises and outright lies over the years than you can possibly count. You've been told it's happening next week. You've seen the cryptic, unverifiable intel from anonymous bank sources. And you've watched one self-proclaimed guru after another move the goalposts while the value of your investment remains stagnant, trapped in a cycle of hope and disappointment. But today, we're cutting through that noise with a cold, hard, data-driven analysis of what is actually happening on the ground in Iraq right now, and the evidence points to a tectonic shift that is fundamentally different from anything we have seen in the last 2 decades. The key development that changes everything is not a rumor or a prediction. It is the confirmed official release of the lower denomination notes, the 5, 10, 25, 50, and 100 dinar notes into the Iraqi financial ecosystem. This is not a test run or a limited printing. These notes are now physically being integrated into the ATM systems and bank teller windows across Baghdad and other major provinces. Why is this single fact so monumentally critical? Because for over 20 years, the Iraqi economy has been functionally paralyzed by a cash-based system relying almost exclusively on the 25,000 dinar note. Imagine trying to buy a cup of coffee, a loaf of bread, or pay for a taxi ride with a single $20 bill as the smallest unit of currency in your entire country. That is the logistical nightmare that has been crippling Iraq's day-to-day commerce and preventing any real monetary sovereignty. The introduction of these lower denominations is the undeniable physical proof that Iraq is finally preparing its domestic market for a massive revaluation of its currency. Think about it logically. There is zero economic purpose to issuing a 50 dinar note worth roughly 4 American cents, unless you intend for that note to soon be worth significantly more. It is an operational impossibility to run a modern economy with such an unwieldy currency structure, and the Central Bank of Iraq knows this better than anyone. This move is the clearest signal yet that the phase of speculation is over and the phase of practical, on-the-ground implementation has begun. The data doesn't lie. Follow the money. The banking sector within Iraq is currently undergoing a silent but massive technological upgrade, with core banking systems being synchronized internationally to handle real-time Forex transactions and compliance with the international SWIFT system. This is the unglamorous back-end work that must be completed before any change in exchange rate can be officially recognized by the global financial community. Furthermore, the recent series of high-level meetings between the Central Bank of Iraq, the U.S. Treasury, and the International Monetary Fund have not been about debt forgiveness or humanitarian aid, as some media outlets suggest. The official statements, which we have linked in the description below, explicitly focus on monetary reform, integration into the global economy, and achieving a stable and sustainable. This is the diplomatic language for preparing for the RV. The World Bank itself has issued directives stating that Iraq must demonstrate a stable, internationally recognized currency for a consecutive period before it can access critical development funds, creating a powerful external pressure that did not exist in previous years. So while you were waiting, the entire architecture for a new revalued dinar was being constructed brick by bureaucratic brick. This is why the next 72 hours are absolutely critical for every dinar holder worldwide. The banks inside Iraq are not just testing systems. They are in the final stages of preparing for the public announcement. This is the moment we have been waiting for, but it requires immediate and informed action. Do not be the person who gets caught by surprise when the news breaks. I need you to do one thing for me right now. Hit that like button, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and most importantly, smash the notification bell because we are about to release a follow-up video that will provide you with the exact step-by-step blueprint you need to follow once the RV is officially announced. This is not a drill. Now let's pull back the curtain on the most critical and misunderstood part of this entire process. What the banks, both internationally and inside Iraq, are actually doing right now, because this is where the theoretical becomes tangible and where financial future will be decided in the coming days. The common misconception is that the revaluation will be a simple, single-moment event where a new number flashes on a screen. The reality is that it is a meticulously choreographed financial and technological operation, and the final rehearsals are happening as we speak. Inside the secure data centers of Iraq's primary state-owned and private banks, technicians and financial officials are conducting what are known as parallel run tests on their core banking software. This is a standard but highly sensitive procedure in the banking world, where a new system, in this case, one program with a significantly higher exchange rate for the dinar, is run simultaneously alongside the old live system. They are processing dummy transactions, calculating hypothetical account balances, and ensuring that every single dinar held in every single account, from a farmer in Basra to a major government ministry in Baghdad, can be accurately and instantly converted at the new rate without causing a system-wide crash. This is not speculation. This is standard operational protocol for any country undergoing a monetary redenomination or a massive revaluation, and we have confirmed reports from on-the-ground sources detailing the extended hours and heightened security at these financial institutions. Simultaneously, the international banking corridor, specifically the Federal Reserve and correspondent banks in Europe, are not passive observers. They are active participants in this final phase. Their role is to manage the forex liquidity shockwave that the RV will inevitably create. Right now, their systems are being calibrated to handle a massive, instantaneous surge in buy orders for the Iraqi dinar, which will be one of the most dramatic and rapid currency appreciation events in modern financial history. They have to ensure that the global forex market can absorb this shock without triggering cascading failures in other emerging market currencies or creating arbitrage opportunities that could destabilize the entire plan. This is precisely why the timing is so synchronized and why you are seeing a sudden, coordinated push from the Central Bank of Iraq to collect the remaining high-denomination 25,000 dinar notes from circulation. They are physically draining the old monetary base to make room for the new lower denomination, higher-value notes, effectively reducing the money supply and increasing the scarcity and value of each remaining unit. The strategic mopping up of liquidity is the final step before the switch is flipped. Furthermore, the legal framework has been silently but completely overhauled. Iraq's parliament recently passed a series of financial compliance laws related to anti-money laundering and combating the financing of terrorism that, on the surface, seem bureaucratic, but their true purpose is to bring Iraq's financial regulations in line with international standards, a non-negotiable prerequisite for the World Trade Organization and the IMF to bless the new exchange rate. Without this legal umbrella, no major international bank would be willing to trade the dinar, and it would remain a localized currency. This is the why now. The external pressure from the IMF for economic reform, combined with Iraq's desperate need to access global development funds and move away from a solely oil-reliant economy, has created a perfect storm of necessity where the RV is no longer just an opportunity for investors. It is an absolute existential requirement for the nation of Iraq itself. They have run out of other options, and the global financial architecture is finally, after years of delay, ready to support them. This convergence of technological readiness, legal compliance, and economic necessity is what makes this situation uniquely real and imminent. The banks are not just preparing. They're in the final countdown sequence, and your awareness of this behind-the-scenes machinery is what will separate you from the millions who will be left confused and reacting instead of acting proactively when the official announcement is made. So the trillion-dollar question that is now staring every single dinar holder in the face is no longer if or when, but what happens the second this becomes official news? This is the moment where your entire strategy, or lack thereof, will be put to the ultimate test, and the actions you take in the first 24 to 48 hours will determine your financial outcome for the rest of your life. Let's be perfectly clear and remove all emotion from this. The global financial system is designed to protect itself, not you, and the window of opportunity to exchange your currency at the initial highest rate will be incredibly narrow, potentially just a matter of days before market forces and governmental interventions begin to adjust the landscape. The first thing you will see, and this is crucial, is a media blackout followed by a controlled, orchestrated release of information from official channels like the Central Bank of Iraq, the IMF, and the U.S. Treasury. Do not expect a screaming headline on CNN. This is a financial security event, and it will be announced through formal financial wires and official government statements to prevent a global panic and a speculative frenzy that could crash digital banking systems. Your first sign will likely be a formal press release on the CBI website, which is why you must be monitoring that site relentlessly right now. The second you have confirmation, your plan must already be in motion. Do not, under any circumstances, call your bank or currency dealer immediately. You will find jammed phone lines and overwhelmed customer service reps, and you will waste precious hours. Your first stop must be to a pre-vetted primary exchange location. This means knowing exactly which major national bank branches in your area have a dedicated foreign currency desk and have the physical cash reserves to handle a large exchange. Not all branches do. You must have already visited these locations, spoken with a manager, and understood their specific policies for large currency transactions. The second path is through pre-approved corporate Forex accounts with online platforms, but you must have your account fully verified and funded beforehand, as any delay in verification during the event will lock you out. You must also be psychologically prepared for the sheer scale of what you are about to experience. The initial rate will be a fixed international intermediary rate, not a floating market rate, and it will be designed to stun the world and establish Iraq's new financial sovereignty. However, this rate is not guaranteed to last. There will be immediate and powerful political pressure from entities that do not benefit from a strong, independent Iraq, and there will be algorithmic trading attacks on the Forex markets to test the stability of a new peg. This is why speed and precision are everything. You are not waiting for a better rate. You are capitalizing on the one moment of pure, unadulterated opportunity that the system allows before the guardians of the old world order move in to contain it. Furthermore, you must have a concrete, written plan for the wealth you are about to receive. The worst thing you can do is have a life-changing amount of money hit your bank account with no strategy, because you will make emotional, panic decisions or become a target for every financial scam artist who emerges from the woodwork. You need to have a trusted legal and financial team, an attorney and a CPA, already on retainer and briefed on your situation. Your immediate move should be towards debt liquidation, asset protection, and tax mitigation strategies, not towards buying Lamborghinis and mansions. This is your one chance to break the cycle for generations, and it demands discipline, not celebration. The information I have given you today is the operational blueprint, but it is useless without immediate action. This is the final call. If you have not already, you need to get your documents in order. You need to map your exchange locations, and you need to have your team ready. The starter's pistol is about to fire. Do not let confusion or hesitation be what holds you back from the future you've waited for. To make sure you are absolutely prepared, I need you to do one final thing. Go to the description box directly under this video right now. I have placed a critical time-sensitive link there. It is a free downloadable PDF checklist that we have created for our channel members called the RV Immediate Action Plan. It contains every single step from confirming the news to walking out of the bank with scripts for what to say to tellers and how to handle any pushback. Download it, print it, and keep it with your dinar. This is the most important document you will own until the announcement itself. Take that action now. Secure your checklist and get ready. The wait is over.